Once upon a time, in the whimsical town of Clappington, there lived a pair of hands that simply couldn't stop clapping. They belonged to a young boy named Timmy, and these were no ordinary hands. They had a mischievous mind of their own. Timmy's hand had a penchant for clapping at the most peculiar times. In the middle of math class, during a heartfelt speech from the school principal, and even while he was trying to eat his lunch, those hands would burst into applause. It was as if they had a secret appreciation for the everyday happenings of life. One day, Timmy's hands decided to stage a clapping rebellion of their own. They clapped with enthusiasm as he brushed his teeth, and even when he was trying to tie his shoelaces, those hands would break into applause, leaving Timmy in stitches of laughter. "Stop it, you silly hands," Timmy would plead, but his hands simply chuckled and kept clapping away. Word quickly spread through Clappington about Timmy's clapping conundrum, and the townsfolk couldn't help but chuckle along. They affectionately called him Clap Happy Timmy. One evening, as Timmy was getting ready for bed, his hands showed no signs of slowing down. They clapped as he put on his pajamas, they clapped while he brushed his hair, and they even clapped when he tried to read his favorite bedtime story. Timmy laughed and said, "Okay, you two, it's time to settle down. We need to go to sleep." But his hands had other plans. They clapped louder and faster, sending a cascade of giggles through the room. Timmy realized there was no use fighting it. So he decided to embrace the clapping chaos. He began to sing a silly lullaby, and his hands joined in, clapping to the rhythm. Together, they turned their bedtime routine into a hilarious clapping symphony. As Timmy finally closed his eyes, his hands gave one last round of applause, quieter this time, as if they were applauding a delightful performance. Timmy drifted into dreamland, feeling grateful for his playful hands. The next morning, Timmy's hands had finally tired themselves out from all the clapping. They were quiet and well-behaved, just like any ordinary pair of hands. Timmy knew they had their moments of silliness, but he wouldn't have them any other way. "Thank you for the bedtime fun, my clapping companions," Timmy whispered to his hands. "Now it's time to rest." And so, with a smile on his face, Timmy closed his eyes, knowing that tomorrow would bring a new adventure in Clappington. And just like every night, he couldn't wait to tune in tomorrow for another bedtime story, filled with laughter and whimsy. Good night.